Hey Rivet family, happy Friday. Finishing up the week with a workout that starts on the bike, pretty long bike to start the workout. And then we're moving on to some double dumbbell movements. As far as the bike goes, we have 75 for the fellas, 50 for the ladies. Think about getting through it with a purpose, but not blowing yourself up. You want to be able to get off the bike, take a few breaths as we walk over to our dumbbells and get right onto those dumbbell movements. So strong, steady pace on the bike to start the workout. Then we basically have some progressively more challenging dumbbell movements, right? We're doing 21 front squats, 21 push press, and then we're kind of combining those two movements and finishing up with some hang clusters, right? So we get a little more complexity as we go through the movements. Simple thing to think about today. So on the bike, I mentioned a strong pace. I talked a little bit yesterday about keeping the knees in line with the toes. Keeping everything in line on the bike is very important as far as the knees and the arms are concerned. It's very common to see people, especially on a longer bike, things get tired, start kind of chicken winging out. You get a lot of rotation through the upper body. We actually want to try and keep a fairly neutral spine, right? Kind of sitting up nice and tall to improve our breathing as we're biking and keep those elbows moving forward and back as opposed to leaning forward, twisting and having the elbows come out. So keep those elbows in line, sit up nice and tall on the bike. And then same thing with the knees. We never want those knees coming out. I mentioned this yesterday with like box jumps or whatever, but we want to keep that knee in line with the toes. This way we can actually get more force into the pedal, right? We're pushing straight down, making sure that knee stays right over the foot and in line with the toes. And then for our dumbbell movements, pretty basic stuff today. Front squats and push press, actually all these movements, we want to try to keep those elbows up nice and high so the weight of the bell is resting on top of the shoulders. Front squats, of course. Try to keep the eyes on the horizon, keep those elbows up, even all the way down the bottom of that squat, right? To make sure this actually is a front squat, not a back squat, when you have your bell on the shoulder, let's make sure that front bell is actually in front of the shoulder, not resting back behind on the upper back. That becomes a back squat. So front bell, you can hold them however you want, but just make sure that front bell is in front of the shoulder. Push press, of course, these are push press, not push jerks. Let me double check my notes here to make sure that's true. These are push press, which means there is no rebend of the knee when the weights are overhead. So push jerk would be a dip drive and a dip. We are not doing that today. We're doing push press. So we get the one dip of the knees and then a drive and a lock, right? Everything locks out, especially the knees, what we're focusing on right here. So dip drive, lock. Make sure these are all push presses as you do them. And then for our hang clusters, hang position, 2 dumbbells. So hang means above the knees, right? We're going to jump shrug, catch full squat, drive all the way up. One big movement. And again, at the top, there's no rebending of the knees, just like our push press, right? We drive up hard, lock the knees, finish position at the top for our hang clusters. And either one can be done one of 2 ways. There's the last movement. The standard, the traditional, is from outside the knees here, right? We just jump, shrug, squat like I just demonstrated. And there are people who like to go between the knees. Feel free to try both these out prior to the workout. There isn't a wrong way or a right way. The first way is more traditional. It's my preference. Some people like to go a little bit wider stance, have the dumbbells between their knees, jump, shrug, squat, and go like that. Again, during the warm-up, try both those. See which one you like better. Do the one you like the most. All right, there you go, guys. Have fun with this one. Happy Friday. Have a great workout. Talk to you later.